Bank card. You'll feel like a VIP the moment you walk in, just like you do at our bank. Learn more at comerica.com/yourpark. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC.
Get a large pepperoni pizza from Little Caesars for just $5 if you're an Amazon Prime member. That's right, $5. Not only is this a good deal, but it's also the first pizza deal of its kind on Prime. You could say it's a trailblazing deal, a groundbreaking pizza deal, or even a history-making pizza deal. So what do you say? Want to make...
What else going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
And that's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back.
Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Vargas 1 for 3. 1-0.
Vargas hits it deep to left center. This one's got some carry, and it's gone. Eldemaro Vargas gets one back. Well, you're the DH. You're supposed to be the hitter, and he's been hitting a single and a run scored in the second, and a 2-out homer in the seventh, his first of the year. That went 431 feet.
109 miles an hour off the bat. That's a momentum breaker right there.
He's the ultimate argument for the 26-man roster.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Finding a way on base, he can play defense, he can run a little bit. He's earned his opportunity, and this was the time to do it. In trying to continue to find strengths of these guys when we can deploy them.
Last night's game kind of highlight the need for him in the sense that you kind of left some left on left at bats later in the game last night. Maybe you would.
Not necessarily. I think that one. I still had Jemai on the bench during those times. I think. The two starts were pretty glaring, how we were going to put the lineup together and attack those guys. You want to have opportunity when you call these guys up. And I know Trey, it was a tough conversation with Trey because there was so much to celebrate this weekend. But we didn't want to deny him the first few days where I had a couple starts for him left-handed. His right-handed swing, which is his natural swing, it was a little better in June, but has not been a huge strength for him. And so given our mentality of focusing on the strengths of the players that we have available to us, I'm proud of the organization for continuing to churn these guys to hopefully put them in a position to be successful. So the starts today and tomorrow, and we'll see how the weekend goes, and into next week we go back to New York. That to me was more of the driving force than necessarily anything last night.
AJ, you referenced it on the radio this morning, but watching how you lead the last week or two, how have you seen him settle in, look more comfortable, and also kind of channel that energy to,
and just play the game. I think the relaxed version of a player allows some natural things to take over. So some of his defensive instincts, some of the aggressiveness and the competitiveness that he shows at the plate. He was creative last night. I mean, he bunted on his own, trying to create some havoc a little bit, and was a fraction of an inch away from being safe and really kickstarting an inning where we were trying to tack on. And but just all of those things, his interactions behind the scenes, just feeling like he belongs is something that you can only really get by being here. You can't fake it. You can't. You can pretend a little bit. You can have but it's only authentic whenever you really truly feel like you belong, and I think that will lead to just better actions on the field and more instinctual things. And he's stolen a base, he's hit a homer. He's done all these firsts that players wonder if they're going to be able to do. This second time around, we've watched him, be able to just play the game. Not trying to perform, not trying to overdo it, just play and let his natural ability showcase.
Has there been any communication with Parker Meadows lately? Yeah. It's been kind of a holding pattern.
Yeah, Parker has, I think as we've gotten into this, Parker has continued to be able to do things, but the healing of this bone, this bone was shattered. So it's not as simple as, healing a simple break. And so I say shattered as a non-doctor, so I don't know if that's the actual term, but I know that it's been a work in progress to continue his ability to do everything with that hand and arm and wrist. And so, it's been slow, and there's not much we can do until he can continue to get through all of his rehab. So he's not fully ramping up as if, he's not hitting and doing all those things that will lead you to start to wonder when he's coming back, but it's progressing. And so just the nature of the injury, we are learning, has been the slowest of bone healing. And that's by no setback or no issue, other than just the natural health.
Tigers manager A.J. Hint, stay with us. We'll go around the league with Jeff Reagular next on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Take me out to the ball game. Hey, Tigers fans, the Michigan Lottery has something to sing about. Introducing the Detroit Tigers games, a Tigers instant ticket and 2 online games.
Buy me some Tigers games, wish me luck.
Maybe I'll win $500,000.
Enjoy your favorite pastime and a chance to strike it rich.
So let's root for the Tigers.
With 1, 2, 3 ways to play. The new Detroit Tigers games, only from the Michigan Lottery. Knowing your limits is always the best bet. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
All we do is win.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win.
All we do is win.
Matt Vierling here. You ever hear a sound and immediately know your day just got expensive? That right there, that's the sound of a bad day. Look, on the field, I'm prepared and ready for anything. Off the field, I'm the same way. Because repair bills don't ask permission, they just show up. That's why I have CarShield. Coverage options that help with costly car repairs.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Jeff Reagular with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. It's been one heartbreak after another for the Red Sox. Boston was supposed to be good this season. After all, they were a playoff team last year, and in this American League, Red Sox fans have been holding out hope that maybe their team can get it together before it's too late. But those hopes are fading, and yesterday, yeah, sure didn't help things. Red Sox in Denver taking on the Rockies up 2-zip, bottom of the 9th inning. Aroldis Chapman on for the save, staring down Jake McCarthy with nobody out and the bases loaded.
Jake down the outfield. This is going to tie it up. The trail runners carry. He's going to score and got away and left. The Rockies win it. 8 straight hits between the 8th and the 9th. And the Rockies walk off the Bo Sox.
Rockies win it 3-2. Red Sox now in dead last in the AL East. Rockies in dead last in the NL West. And both teams are going to do it again tonight as Boston fans continue to be beside themselves. Around the League brought to you by Bet365. Take Dylan Dingler to go yard today. He's been awesome. You get awesome odds at plus 475. This has been Around the League on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Accidents don't have business hours, and neither do we. Any day, anytime, you can call the Mike Morse Law Firm, and you'll get a real person, not a machine. We jump into action.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pregame. Postgame. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I was so inspired by what you were making that I want to do my own all-star ballpark bite, but I'm thinking we take some of that brisket that you make, and I'm gonna do like a little slider. Got the pepper jack cheese, some American, get it going with some of the barbecue sauce that you have, that spicy, delicious one, and then caramelized onions. Make like a little sandwich. We cool?
Sound like a plan.
I think we did good.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, Chef.
The pitch swung on and a foul off the foot of Dukes in the box, and then he just grabbed it out of the air with his right hand.
Ground ball to LaRoche. Oh, no. Doesn't realize he doesn't have the ball even.
He got the leather, doesn't have the horsehide.
Baroa has trouble, and it went into the shirt. He can't get it out of the shirt.
Jacobs handcuffed, can't find it. It was in the belt of his uniform.
Now he throws it by Nolasco.
He's trying not to laugh.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
And that'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Super early in the year, got a long season ahead, so looking forward to try to stay consistent and whatever it takes to help them.
You mentioned that this first month was such a dream come true. Is there a time where it started to come down now, like more of a norm for you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say it came down just because, my whole life I spent so much work, so much time into, this game to be here, and finally I'm here and, helping the Tigers out this year and, for the next 9 years, so super excited for that. And, yeah, I wouldn't say it has came down yet. I don't think it's going to come down for, a while, but I'm still just enjoying every moment of it.
It's so early in the season still, but even from start to where you are right now, there's been such exponential growth. How would you describe your growth so far in the league?
The biggest thing that helps me grow in this game is, the teammates, the guys I surround myself with, and, everyone in this clubhouse has been nothing but great, and whenever I have a question, I go up to them and ask them, and they're there to help me every single day, and I'm truly thankful for them and looking forward to, a long career with them.
Who's your go-to guy for questions? You got to have one.
I'll go with Torque. Torque's the guy I usually go to, whenever I have anything. He's the first guy, right by my side to kind of ask him anything I need, and he always has an answer for me.
We talked to your mom after the huge signing for you, and it was so awesome to just talk to your parents, how proud they were of you. But you told me a little story that when your brother was in T-ball, she always had bats for you to play with. And then when you got to T-ball, you hit what you would have called a double, she said, but they made you stop at first. And she said she'll never get it out of her head because you looked at your mom like, they're not playing the game right. When you think about a story like that, just little Kevin, how he would be able to sum up just what you've been able to do so far.
Yeah, like I said, it's always been a dream. The biggest thing was, growing up with the group of guys I grew up with and going to battle with them and whatever level of baseball it was, just always going out and competing to as much as I can each and every day and never taking an inning off or a pitch off. So kind of growing up, going through that and seeing that it paid off now, it's I know little Kevin will be super excited about it.
Tigers fans, thanks for tuning in to our From the Field report. We have more pregame coming up in the next couple of minutes on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Detroit Tigers baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Stop in at Jack Demmer Ford today. This month, Ford AZ customers can get a 24-month lease on the 2026 Explorer. $399 a month with $35.69 due at signing. Includes $1,000 AZD bonus cash, $1,000 RCL bonus cash, and renewal always on ICI 750. Offer ends July 6th. Visit jdemmerford.com or discover the Demmer difference at Jack Demmer Ford on Michigan Avenue, a mile and a half east of I-275 in Wayne.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein at the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. We know that when you're hurt, hiring a law firm with the most experience can mean the difference between getting everything you deserve or walking away empty-handed. We're Michigan's most experienced personal injury law firm. Our lawyers have over 600 years of collective experience, 600 years. And that matters because more experience means more money and more wins for our clients. Our experience pays. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
The Sam Bernstein Law Firm, Michigan's first family of law.
Swing, there's a drive to left. That one is long.
126 years of baseball tradition continues.
And it's gone, a home run.
Brought to you.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Breaks the bat, and Magadan tries to get out of the way, and they're going to win the ball game. The bat almost hit Magadan, he ducked, did not catch the ball. I don't believe what I just saw. The bat was in half. He ducked to get out of the way. The bat did not field the ball, and the Mets are going to have a very, very tough loss. One of the most unusual plays I have ever seen.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Timely hitting, and you just can tell they've got a nice little attitude when you're walking through that clubhouse.
Casey Mize gets the start for the Tigers tonight. Carlos Rodon is on the mound for the Yankees. The lineups are being exchanged at home plate, so let's take a look at the details within.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Comerica Bank. Want to elevate your small business? Visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. For the Yankees, leading off the designated hitter, Ben Rice. Batting second and right field, Jason Dominguez. Batting third and left field, Cody Bellinger. Batting fourth at first base, Paul Goldschmidt. At second base, batting fifth, Jazz Chisholm Jr. Batting sixth in center field, Spencer Jones. Batting seventh at third base, Jose Caballero. Doing the catching and batting eighth, Austin Wells. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Anthony Volpe. And for the Tigers, leading off at third base, Kevin McGonigal. Doing the catching and batting second, Dylan Dingler. Batting third in center field, Matt Bierling. Batting fourth in left field, Riley Green. Batting fifth at first base, Spencer Torkelson. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jahmai Jones. Batting seventh at second base, Hao Yu Lee. Batting eighth at shortstop, Zach McKinstry. And batting ninth in right field, Ben Malgeri.
Pitching matchup is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. Casey Mize making his 11th start for the Tigers. Carlos Rodon, who had an injury-shortened start to his season, making his 8th start of the year. Game time weather brought to you by Clean Express Auto Wash. We're not kidding.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain, would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these, though.
So these are Ty Cobb's
And these
cleats.
are Ty Cobb's.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another. Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Casey's making his second start since returning from the IL. He's been extremely tough on left-handed hitters, with them hitting just 161 without a single home run. Left-handed hitters are hitting just 128 on Casey's four-seam fastball and 105 on the slider. And that's not even just having to deal with the split finger also, but I was just an eye-popping number on the slider.
Casey Mize overall 2-4 with a 2.58 ERA, and major improvements just across the board. But the biggest thing is, Dan, he is much tougher to hit than he's ever been.
And it's just the way he's going about it. Like when talked about that slider, it's you always think about fastball split finger to the left-handers, and now, yes, they have to deal with those two, and that's why I think that slider's been so tough. It's just he's got a complete arsenal.
Ben Rice at the plate, first pitch, fastball, strike one, and we are underway. Here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit, so glad to have you along for Game 2 of a 3-game series, Tigers and Yankees. Tigers in their home classic whites with the oldest insignia in use, the Old English D. Rice takes a backdoor slider for a called strike. Yankees in their unchanged road grays. Block lettering New York across the front in navy blue. Numbers on the back. No names. Never will be.
Yeah. That's classic look.
The 0-2. Oh, man. Splitter middle of the plate. For a called third strike, Rice absolutely frozen and flummoxed. He saw fastball slider split, and he had no idea what to do on the 0-2.
My goodness. I mean, just after 0-2, he called timeout and just was like shaking his head like, man, I mean, that's four-seam fastball, backdoor slider, and I'm not sure he knew what to expect, and obviously he wasn't expecting a splitter.
Slider at the belt for a called strike to Jason Dominguez. First pitch today brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Our first inning today is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Dominguez a little better as a lefty. Switch hitter, batting lefty here. Fastball away at 95. So the first start off the injured list, again, second time he's coming off the injured list. It was one of the few starts this year where he gave up a lot of hard contact. 1-1 line drive, base hit into right field. Four-seamer was up, much to Dominguez's liking. And Mulgeri, making his major league debut, will get the ball in. It's a line drive double for Dominguez. What we saw in that start in Houston, Dan, a lot of hard contact, 9 hard hit balls. That's just 95 or above, whether it's on the ground or in the air. That was one more than he had allowed his previous 4 starts. It's been one of the standout features. Tougher to hit this year, lots of soft contact.
Yeah, and maybe it's just a little bit of rust because the time he spent on the IL, he hasn't made those rehab starts, so he's only making like 2 starts.
Cody Bellinger takes a splitter away. He didn't throw the splitter much. I don't think he had much feel for it, but Dan, he hardly threw it, a pitch that he's generally throwing 1 out of every 4. Slider was a pitch that hung, and right-handed batters had some good at-bats. Lefties as well. He gave up 6 hits, 4 for extra bases. But these are not cheapies. Dominguez takes off, throw to third, and off the glove of Kevin McGonigal, and Dominguez, my goodness, could have walked home, and he, for some reason, didn't pick up his third base coach. Luis Rojas was like, hey, go, and Kevin McGonigal ran about 40 feet to get a ball that went off his glove, and Dominguez is still at third.
You know, Dad, that's a little bit of a almost delayed steal. I mean, it was not right off the get-go. It was just that enough hesitation to get the Tigers kind of out of sorts there a little bit, and it was a late break by Kevin McGonigal over there. Great throw by Dylan Dingler, but able to keep Dominguez, thankfully, at third.
Brings the infield in tight. Slider misses low and in. Check swing, appeal to third. Jim Wolf says Cody Bellinger did not go. If he catches that ball, like you said, strong throw. He was just trying to be a little quick. Brought the glove down. The ball went off the outside of his glove. And if he catches it, Dominguez is out. The 3-0. Fastball up. Casey Mize has absolutely buried lefties this year. Aaron Boone doesn't care. He has loaded his lineup with a few lefties, notably not Ryan McMahon. Caballero's playing third base today, but top 3 hitters with the switch hitter Dominguez, lefties, then Chisholm, then Jones, then Wells, 6 of the 9 batters that Casey Mize will face will be hitting from the left side. Lefties have hit 162 with no power in their 105 at-bats this year. Paul Goldschmidt swings, pops it up to shallow right field. Mulgeri gets behind it, and he will throw home. Cut off by Torque. Dominguez has good speed, but he did not want to come home on the shallow fly ball. Big second out for Casey Mize.
Boy, Paul Goldschmidt took a big uppercut swing at that ball, trying to lift something to the outfield, and he did, but got way too underneath it, and just that medium depth. Mulgeri got right behind it, just like you're supposed to. One little hop and a nice strong throw home.
Scouting report on Ben Mulgeri making his major league debut. Much improved in the outfield. He can play all 3 outfield spots. Very athletic young man. What a thrill for him. First inning of major league action, he's already gotten 2 balls. Played the double off the wall nicely, and now a strong throw home on the shallow fly ball. Splitter down and in to Jazz Chisholm. Rice retired on 3 pitches, so we're going to keep an eye on that splitter. It's been a much improved pitch and a real weapon for Casey against lefties. But the fact that he only threw 10% splitters against Houston, unusual to say the least. Line drive fouled on the first base line right over the head of Dan Fiorito, the first base coach for the Yankees. 1-1 on Jazz Chisholm. Power, speed guy, 30-30 guy last year. Heck of a season. Also feel like he's pretty pitchable. You can get him to chase. There's some swing and miss in his game, hitting .226 with power. The 1-1. Fastball high and away. Dominguez a runner at third. McGonigal is going to stay tight by him, even with the base at third. Shadows right now covering the mound. Casey Mize's shoulders at least are in sunshine. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Excellent splitter.
Yes, it was. You know, it's hard. 89, but
Wow.
I mean, that's just a late.
That's a perfect splitter.
And late drop to that.
So the ball is being delivered from shadow through a little rectangle of sunshine halfway to home. That's the gap between the last row of the upper deck and the roofline shadow, and then into shadow at the plate. The 2-2. Splitter down. Chisholm lays off. Has the ability to draw a walk to get on base. He's going to make it throw him a strike, although we saw him chase some curveballs last night.
He did, and Casey might have them set up for that fastball, like right at the bottom rail.
Ground ball to first base, fielded by Torque right on the line. Steps on the bag with his right foot. Splitter gets the easy ground ball out. A base running mistake, or at least Dominguez not picking up his third base coach, cost the Yankees a run.
Forward in the first, his third lead off.
Riley Green 4 for 12 in his career against Carlos Rodon. First pitch, bottom of the second inning. Scoreless game, Tigers and Yankees. Fastball low and away. Carlos Rodon's average fastball this year, just a tick below where he's been most of his career. He's 33 years old now. The 1-0. Slider down and away. Started his career with Chicago. 12 years now in the major leagues, back in 2015. And when he started his career, he has a big power arm. He just didn't know where it was going all the time. The 2-0 in the dirt. And he's a pretty good example, Dan, of why it's anytime you see a high walk rate and anything approaching 4, history tells you 4 walks per 9 innings. And then if it's over that, can really lead to problems for a starting pitcher. Fastball strike to make it 3-1. It's hard to have start-to-start consistency with a walk rate at 4 or above. And if you look at history, there are very few pitchers who have maintained that, who've had big successful careers. 3-1 is low. Riley Green draws a walk. Now, some careers start that way, and then pitchers figure it out. Well, Carlos Rodon is one of those guys. He had a walk rate of 4 or higher 3 straight years, 2017, 18, and 19 with the White Sox. Injuries were a big part of his career. Then he really figured it out in 2021 with Chicago. His walk rate dropped to 2.5. His strikeouts went up to 13 per 9, and he put together a 2.37 ERA in a 24-start season. Torque takes a pitch down, and really since then he's had 1 injury-shortened season. Yankees signed him, lower walk rate, and he's just one of the toughest pitchers to face on any given day. The 1-0. Swinging a line drive. Caught by Rodon. Throws to first, double play. My goodness. Oh. Torque just hit a bullet to the mound, and that's some quick reaction for Rodon. It was only 78 off the bat, but that's still a great play.
You know what? It was right up by his head, and that's right where his glove was. You know, he followed through, and the glove was right up there. He didn't have very far to move it. Just plopped right into the glove in a quick little turn, fire to first.
Well, that was quick. That brings up Jahmai Jones. Slider down and in. Swing and a miss. Time for dollars on deck. So if Jahmai gets a hit this inning, Northville Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northville Lumber is Michigan's oldest business, largest Trex decking dealer. Swinging a soft little tap foul down the third base line. So Caballero at third. Volpe, who just made plays last night. He's at short. Chisholm at second. Grades out below average there. Goldschmidt, Gold Glove winner, is still very good at first. The 0-2. Change up high and away. See if Jahmai can build off that infield hit that helped deliver a most unlikely win 2 days ago. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slider away. Jahmai Jones strikes out. Tigers get a leadoff walk, the line-out double play, and the strikeout, and the inning comes to a quick end. We head to the third. No score. Tigers and Yankees after 2 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Baseball is back in the D, and it's time to bring the bliss to game day. This season, crack open a Carbliss while you're cheering on the Detroit Tigers, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories with bold, unbeatable flavor. From tailgates outside the ballpark to watch parties at home, Carbliss is the MVP of your lineup. So when the Tigers swing big, you sip big. Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Find your bliss at drinkcarbliss.com.
For 40 years, United Wholesale Mortgage has been building the #1 team in the country. Here, you'll join a community that works hard and celebrates wins together. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up, our unmatched growth, inclusive culture, and commitment to building long-term success give you the opportunity to thrive. No mortgage experience? All team members receive paid on-site training to get you started and keep you moving forward. Discover a career with momentum at uwmjobs.com.
Windows down, the sun's out, Big Al, it just feels right.
Oh, that's Michigan telling you to go for a drive.
Oh, I'm going everywhere.
Then do your car a favor first.
Yep, I just washed it.
Not that kind of favor. Oil change, tire check, filters. Keep it running like it should.
Return the favor.
Exactly. Take care of it now. Enjoy the ride all season.
I do like that plan.
Your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealers make servicing your vehicle easy.
Meijer is the proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers, and we're cheering them on every game to a winning season. Home is where your team is, and our home is right here in Detroit.
Anthony Volpe takes a fastball at the belt for a called strike. 9-1-2 hitters Volpe, Rice, Dominguez. Here in the third inning, we're scoreless. Tigers and Yankees. Line drive over the glove of a leaping Zach McKinstry at short. Volpe will check in at first. It is amazing, this right-left split. Opposite platoon split for Casey Mize. And the gap has been big. It's closing a little bit, Dan, but it's still kind of eye-popping. Lefties have hit 160 with a 430 on base plus slugging. Remember, league average a little over 700. Right-handed batters are hitting 270 with power and 830 OPS. Righties 830, lefties 430. And it's been this way almost the entire year. Ben Rice takes a strike. He struck out on 3 pitches first time up. This is the best hitter in this lineup tonight. The strike one. Fastball away.
Just that Casey doesn't feel comfortable with any one particular pitch against a right-hander. That was a slurve that hung right in the middle of the plate. He fell behind Caballero, 3-1 before getting him.
The 1-1. Perfect backdoor slider. It's good to see he's got that dialed in for these lefties.
He's got all the pitches for the lefties. The high fastball forcing to the top of the strike zone, the good split finger, and that backdoor slider.
It's a better looking lineup on a typical night for the Yankees against a righty than what we saw against Framber Valdez, the lefty, yesterday. And yet, I'm thinking Casey Mize doesn't mind it at all to see 6 lefties.
Nope.
Volpe has 6 steals this year. Takes off, pitches low, throw to second base high, caught by Zach McKinstry. Volpe's helmet flies off, pop-up slide. He's safe with his 7th steal of the year. Volpe has been caught just twice. He stole that off Casey Mize. There was no chance for Dylan Dingler.
Yeah, he took kind of a long time to get rid of the ball, and looks like Aaron Boone is saying, yep, we're missing some key pieces offensively, so we're going to force the issue a little bit. Dominguez running, Volpe running now. A couple of stolen bases already.
The 2-2. Swing and a pop-up. Another backdoor slider was over the plate a little more than Casey wanted. Riley Green will run in almost all the way to the infield. He makes a catch about 40 feet from the infield dirt. He called off. I like the way he took charge. He called off Zach McKinstry very quickly. And the wind is blowing left to right. I think that wind just kept pushing it toward the infield. Good to get Ben Rice out. He's got monster numbers against righties.
Just enough off on that slider, you know, just almost like a cutter, just enough off that to get you just to miss the barrel.
Keep an eye on Volpe at second base. Splitter 90 away. Jason Dominguez ripped a double to the wall in right field his first time up. Outfield placements go the opposite way. Batting lefty. He's a switch hitter batting from a stronger left side. The 1-0. Swinging a foul out of play. Boy, he likes that slider. He's throwing it a lot to lefties. I don't remember him throwing it backdoor this much.
Yeah, I think that's what's really made Casey, is that he's been locating it on the back door, not throwing it down and in.
The 1-1, swing and a miss, then he goes right back out there with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. He's really set up that fastball well, and this is a little extra velo on the fastball tonight.
Yeah, he's probably feeling a little bit better, too, after that first start. You know, getting right back in there, knowing that he can trust his adductor, you know, knowing that he's going to feel pretty good. And that just sets up the backdoor slider again, because they think it's going to be off the plate, and it comes back and catches the corner.
1-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a splitter. Splitter's dancing tonight. It's going right up to home plate and taking a quick dive at the plate.
And just perfectly located on that outside part of the plate. It's right off that outside fastball that Casey has set up. And he can throw the backdoor slider, or he can throw that split finger right where he just threw that one.
Cody Bellinger at the plate. First pitch, backdoor slider, strike one. So I guess let's see how long we can get away with stealing strike one with the backdoor slider. You would think the Yankees might go up there looking for it at some point, but not yet. Volpe runs well. He's at second base. A strike one. Fastball off the backdoor slider. I love this. Great sequencing so far, working with Dylan Dingler. And the fastball is steady now, 95-96. Mize checks Volpe. The 0-2, swinging a soft little tap foul. Emergency hack on the fastball away.
See, and it just looks now that everything has been away right there, that it's just perfectly seems set up either, again, for the split finger out there or the backdoor slider. See if he'll give up on the slider, and see if that the split finger will dive away, down and away from the left-handed hitting Bellinger.
Bellinger hits righties, lefties about the same. He's having a good year, but it's all about his home production. He just hasn't hit away from Yankee Stadium. Mize ready. The 0-2 again. Swing and a miss. He got him with a splitter away. Casey Mize looking sharp through three. Single, but he strands another runner in scoring position. Fourth strikeout of the day, ends the third. Tigers bat in the bottom of the third. Game two.
We're in Wrigley Field, Chicago, and this is the Pirate Trio, even though there's more than three. Okay, guys? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
The weather outside is frightful, and I am so delightful. I don't want to play, so let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Hey, good try on that. I went call back.
.com/home and you'll savings, that is. DTE.
Fox 2 is just the best. I watch before I go to bed.
You definitely hit the local angle very good. When I watch Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story. They're working for you.
How you leads off for the Tigers. First pitch, slider, low, ball one. Lee, McKinstry, and Ben Mulgeri making his major league debut. It'll be his first at bat. Pitch off the plate and in. And Dan, it's interesting. I mean, the Tigers brought up Trey Cruz, switch hitter. The Tigers really believe better from the left side, and that's why he got the call. But now they've got some guys who are hitting, as we know, at Toledo. The 2-0 to Lee, swinging a foul out of play. 2-1. Lee's hitting .234, a couple of home runs so far. And AJ is making pretty clear that they're trying now to reward those guys who've earned the call-up based on matchups and how to maximize their strengths. Ben Mulgeri is raking against lefties this year, swinging a foul straight back, hitting over .320 with power against lefties. Yankees are going to start 2 lefties today and tomorrow. Guess who the Tigers see next week? The Yankees. And they might see these same, well, I think they'll see one of the 2 lefties next week. Houston has 3 lefty relievers. Swing a little pop-up softly down the right field line, long run for Goldschmidt, but he won't be able to get there. Little baby pop-up. He didn't really have much of a chance. Count stays 2-2. So they're just trying to, as AJ said, maximize the strength and kind of play the matchup game with that other team.
Yep, and you've seen them doing all the depth that they kind of put together. It pays off, and they just shuffle them back and forth. And they've done it with pitchers. They've done it with pitchers so far this year. They'll probably continue to do it with pitchers just based upon matchups. They do the same thing with the hitters.
The 2-2 to Lee again, swinging a soft ground ball foul. That's a really good foul.
It is.
That changeup was diving down and in from the lefty to the righty. I'm impressed.
Yep, that's what Rodon does. If he gets into that, gets ahead, gets the 2 strikes, he's going to try to bury that changeup or that slider.
Closed upright stance for Lee. The 2-2 again, swing and miss. He stayed down and in, this time with the slider to get How You Lean. That brings up Zach McKinstry. Lefties have a bit of an edge so far this year. Remember, only 7 starts, so in 34 at-bats, lefties had the edge against righties. Last year, Carlos Rodon shut down righties. He shut down lefties, and that's fairly typical. He's a little tougher on lefties the last 2 years. Zach McKinstry, all the lefties who are in the lineup have a little bit of successful history against him. Zach McKinstry takes a fastball at the knees for a called strike. Zach starting to spread those line drives around. 3 line drive hits the last few days. That is a very good sign. The strike 1. Low and away. You don't do what he did last year. He hit over 270, 770 OPS. It was at 620 the year before. We talked about it a lot. Led by a high line drive rate. He just sprayed line drives everywhere. Swinging a line drive into center and a base hit. You know it's still in there. You don't lose that in 1 year, but he just wasn't hitting line drives. And now it's good to see that line drive stroke back, Dan.
Well, the other thing is just there's always a reason, too, the way he stays in against left-handed hitters. And I'm always impressed the way those left-handers stay in against breaking balls. And that was a slider that maybe stayed up a little bit for Zach McKinstry, but he stayed right on it and shot it right back up the middle.
And now a big hand for the young man making his major league debut. The Tigers' 18th round pick 5 years ago out of Northeastern University. He's just getting better and better at the plate. He has earned this call-up, Ben Mulgeri. First pitch and swing a line drive, base hit into right. How about it? McKinstry round second, heading to third, throw cut off, way off line. Everybody on their feet here at Comerica Park. That's a happy young man standing on first. First at bat, line drive, single to right.
Boy, just went up and ambushed a fastball. Just said, oh, you know what? He's going to try to come in. And he was sitting on it, out over the plate, and shot it right into right field. What a nice swing. Nice approach, nice swing, good result.
Wow. What a thrill. Mom, dad, family here, family and friends. In at the corners now, middle of the infield back. For Kevin McGonigal, first pitch, check swing. Did he go? Appeal to third. He did not, says Jim Wolf. The disciplined at-bats for Kevin McGonigal. Third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. The series brought to you in part by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. McGonigal swings at a sinker. Sinker's a little slower than the four-seam fastball for Rodon, which averages almost 95. Sinker's about a mile an hour slower. He's not far from where he was last year. You would think he might still be building arm strength. He's only logged 36 innings this year. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Sinker down, you know. See Kevin McGonigal swing and miss at sinkers, any kind of fastball.
That one stayed over the plate instead of running in on his hands like the previous one. That slider will play well off. But the big improvement for Rodon, too, is on that four-seam fastball at the top of the strike zone. It's got a little bit extra hop to it than it has in years past.
This begins the second trip through the order for Rodon. He's been pretty hittable second trip through this year. McGonigal waiting on a 1-2. Tigers trying to get the early jump in the third. Sinker low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McGonigal, good swing first time up. He likes to say the big part of the field against lefties. He had a sharp line drive right to Bellinger in center field. Or Jones in center. Bellinger's in left today. It's a pretty good outfield alignment for the Yankees. We'll flip over to first. A little lob from Rodon, and sometimes that's all it takes. Just to let you know, I'm keeping an eye on you. Rodon has given up 3 steals in 4 attempts so far. He is a lefty that teams have run on the last 2 years. Well, Jury has speed, stole some bases down in the minor leagues. 8 steals in 10 attempts. The 2-2. Swing and a little soft tap foul, the slider away. McGonigal still has life. Rodon gets an average number of ground balls. Double play rate is just a little bit below league average. The 2-2. Swing and a little soft tap foul. Such an art to this. Being able to extend at-bats by wasting good pitches. Kevin McGonigal has shown that ability all season long.
And it's hard for a pitcher to continue to keep making those quality pitches time after time after time. Keep fouling those tough ones off, and eventually you're going to get a good one to hit. You're going to do some damage with it.
The 2-2. Whoa, high and tight, goes off the glove of Wells. In to score comes McKinstry. No play at the plate. Well, Jerry down to second. Tigers take a 1-0 lead. Well, that was up and in. McGonigal got out of the way, and Wells, that was pretty high.
Yeah, it had a long way to go to get to it. I think they were expecting that pitch to be down and away, and it was right up under the chin of Kevin McGonigal, and Austin Wells had a long way to go to get up there, and it was tailing away from his glove.
Count now 3-2. It was 1-2. The 3-2 pitch, swinging a high pop-up. By first base, Goldschmidt will backpedal onto the outfield grass just a few steps, make the catch near the line. 8-pitch battle won in the end by Carlos Rodon. Today's game brought to you in part. Instant replay is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. That brings up Dylan Dingler. Voting, you still have 2 days left to cast a ballot. Remember, this is the one election when you can just keep voting. If you get tired, take a break and then vote some more. Dylan Dingler swings and misses. Change up down. I know Shea Langoliers he's a good catcher.
He's very good.
A deserving All-Star, of course.
Yep.
Dylan Dingler's having the best year, though, of any catcher in the American League. Alejandro Kirk, I know, is getting a lot of love. And, hey, he's a good catcher, too. He hasn't played this year. What, 12 games? The strike one. Swing and a miss. Good changeup. Single for McKinstry. And Mulgeri in its first Major League at-bat, sharp line drive single. We always joke about when a guy gets his first hit and it's a little dribbler. It's like it'll look like a line drive in the box score. Guess what? Then Mulgeri hit a line drive sharply for his first hit. Swinging a line drive, base hit in the left off the bat of Dingler. Mulgeri around third, and he will score. Change up down, and Dylan Dingler was on it. One of the best two-strike hitters in the American League. Gives the Tigers a 2-0 lead.
That was 3 changeups in a row, and Dylan Dingler swung and missed at the first 2, and he saw 2 of them. He said, I know what that one looks like. This one is up just enough for him to drop the barrel of the bat down and line it into left field. Just went to the well one too many times, and Dylan Dingler is too hot and too good of a hitter to miss that one.
That's a surprise that he saw 3 in a row.
3 in a row.
That's a pretty successful first trip to the plate for Ben Mulgeri. The single, goes to second on the wild pitch, scores on a single. Dylan Dingler went 0 for 4 last night, and I only mention that because we've seen so very few of those in recent weeks. Heck, this entire season. But Dan, going into that game last night in 2-strike counts, Dylan Dingler was hitting .206. It doesn't sound great, right? .206, but .440 slug and a .710 OPS. The league is hitting .160 in 2-strike counts with a .500 OPS and no power. What he is doing in 2-strike counts is really impressive. We raved about Yordan Alvarez because his numbers are even better than that. It's over an 800 OPS, but that's some, I mean, we've seen that hit several times this year. 0-2, 1-2, 9 home runs in a 2-strike count, and many hits. Matt Bierling on an 0-1 pops it up right side. Goldschmidt near the tarp on the dirt track will make the catch. Matt Bierling pops out. Tigers scored 2. A wild pitch produces 1 run. Dylan Dingler, the other. Ben Mulgeri gets his first Major League hit. We head to the 4th inning, 2-0 Tigers after 3. On the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
We know what you love. You love baseball.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. And toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Casey Mize working with a 2-0 lead. First pitch, fastball just off the plate away. Goldschmidt, Chisholm, Jones, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Yankees. The 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball center field, not very deep. Matt Bierling is there. He'll go a couple of steps to his left toward right center to make the catch. Paul Goldschmidt flies out to start the 4th inning. Clouds blocking the sun at the moment. Right now there's pure blue sky above. Gorgeous night for baseball in downtown Detroit. Love to see you out here tomorrow night. It's all night games through Friday and then afternoon games Saturday, Sunday with Houston in town. When the sun comes out, and it was out just a moment ago, I was talking to Riley Green about the Caballero play in the game yesterday. Jazz Chisholm takes fastball perfect at the belt for a called strike. It was in the 4th inning, and it was bright sunshine for the left fielder Caballero. It was a double down the left field line off the bat of McGonigal. The strike one. Swing and a miss. Fastball a little higher. Lee's running from first. It's not an obvious send. Caballero got the ball, so he's in bright sunshine looking into shadow, and it looked like he couldn't see how you lead. I was talking to Riley about it today. He said, yeah, that's very possible, because he took 2 stutter steps, and then he realized Lee was going home. And the throw was way late, and Lee scored easily. The 0-2. Fastball up and away. So he says it's real tricky. This time of year produces these shadows early. Everything's from the infield in is in shadow. He said it's hard to pick the ball up. You're looking right into the sun. You can't wear sunglasses, because if you do, you will never see the ball in shadow. The 1-2, ground ball, base it into right. Splitter hung up at the belt. And Jazz Chisholm singles into right field on a 1-2. So just something to watch. We've got 3 more night games before the weekend. And if it's sunny, they all start at 6:40. It can be tricky for that guy in left. Used to be they had the flip down sunglasses. Riley said, no, that's not a thing. Too hard to figure all that out. Said, I'm just trying to find the ball. Fastball up. He said, I can't imagine trying to find the ball. Oh, I see it. Now I'm looking to the sun. Now I've got to flip my glasses down. Okay. He said, I just keep my hand up in front of my face the entire first 4 or 5 innings. Right now, clouds blocking the sun, much to his relief. The 1-0. Slider away. 2-0 on Spencer Jones, hitting just .218 in his early at-bats. High hopes for this former first-rounder out of Vanderbilt. Really hits out of a deep kind of crouch. Fastball perfect, thigh-high inner half for a called strike. Got that left foot, the back of the batter's box. He's actually a little bit in front of the back of the batter's box on the left side. Right foot is way back, open stance, knees bent, bends at the waist toward the plate, and he kind of straightens up as the pitch comes in. Ground ball up the middle into center field, the base hit. Chisholm was on the move. He fell down around second. Well, Jury, though, will have to throw to second base. Jazz Chisholm fell down rounding second, trying to pick the ball up, I guess. Ground ball single into center. It's runners at the corners. And 1 out in the 4th inning with the Tigers leading 2-0.
Yeah, couldn't find it, I don't think. Didn't know where it was. Yeah, it was right behind him, and then just looked at it, and then somehow just fell over, but with the good speed was able to catch himself and then get over, scamper back into third.
Dylan Dingler out. Infield will all join the conversation at the mound. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. 4th inning is brought to you by Wallside Windows, local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Conversation over. Casey Mize used to get a lot of ground balls. He is now very, very definitely a fly ball pitcher. Chisholm had kind of a line drive into right field, 1 hop off the dirt. Jones, very much a ground ball that he beat into the ground near home plate, but there was a lot behind the swing, so it scooted into center field. In case he get another ground ball here. So far, only a couple in this game. McKinstry and Lee, the double play combination. They're in double play depth. In at the corners. First pitch to Jose Caballero. Swing and a miss on a very good splitter.
These are the kind of moments where I appreciate Dylan Dingler. We talk so much about, his hitting and how hot he is in the June, but this is the kind of stuff that doesn't show up in a box score where you go out and kind of talk to Casey. Hey, you're still throwing good. Let's get that ground ball. Let's get that double play right here.
Flip over to first to drive Spencer Jones back. Jones has some speed. He's stolen as many as 35 in the minor leagues as he went up the ranks. He still would steal bases. 19 and 23 attempts last year at AAA. Another flip over to first. Interesting. Don't see that very often.
No.
Two throws over. Now will Jones, who's a big guy, will he take off? 9 steals this year before the call-up. Yankees look like they want to run. Casey generally does a pretty good job stopping the running game, but they've been running on him tonight. The strike one. Swinging a soft tap foul. Caballero, nice pickup from Tampa. Started with Seattle, then to Tampa. Debuted in 2023. Everything lifted up when he got to New York last year from Tampa, where he hit for low average, low power. And now this year, 260 with a little power. Ground ball softly to third. McGonigal will charge field, flip over to first to get a speedy runner. Jones off with the pitch. He ends up at second base. Chisholm scores. Yankees are on the board. Tigers lead cut to 2-1. Like seeing Casey get the easy ground ball.
Yeah, Kevin
Hit it
McGonigal.
too softly.
Yeah, came charging in. Just looked at home briefly just to say, do I have a little bit of a shot? And with Jazz Chisholm running, just said, no, I'm taking the wise play over to first base, just making sure you get an out.
2 outs, man on second. That's a potential tying run at second. Austin Wells asks and gets time. Pitch count for Casey at a reasonable 59 with 2 outs in the fourth. If he can get an out right here in the low 60s, that'd be a good number through 4. First pitch splitter, swing and a miss. Wells popped out first time up, shallow fly ball to left field on a 1-2 pitch. Outfield plays him straight up, Green in left, Veerling in center, and Mulgeri making his major league debut in right. Fastball away, fouled out of play. I like this fastball velocity tonight, Dan. This is as good as we've seen all year.
The sequencing too. Dylan liked it because that split finger was a real good one. Went down, and then they tunneled it right with that four-seam fastball, and Wells was late. Dylan said, "Attaboy, that's exactly where we want it."
0-2, swinging a soft little ground ball down the first base line. Casey Mize will field and tag. Austin Wells. Wells bounces out, and Casey limits the damage to a single run. A couple of singles, and then about.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame can tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. There's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
There goes Gibson. Bouncing ball, hit and run. It bounces off his helmet. Gibson coming to third, and they have him in a rundown. The ball hit Gibson's helmet.
And the fact that Kirk Gibson doesn't have a lot of hair probably aided the Cubs. A little more hair, the helmet stays on, the ball goes into the outfield. One of the strangest plays you'll ever see in the game.
Riley Green leads off for the Tigers in the bottom of the fourth inning. Green, Torkelson, and Jahmai Jones against Carlos Rodon. It's worth repeating the Tigers have had some success. Now, last time the Tigers faced Rodon, he was tough. That was last year in September. 6 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits. Previous 3 starts, though, Tigers scored 16 runs in 13 innings. Slider low and away to Riley Green, ball 1. Riley worked Rodon for a walk in the second inning. Leadoff walk. He was doubled off on a line drive to Rodon off the bat of Torque. Fastball away, 2-0.
It's the same MO here this at-bat, too, is not really coming anywhere close wanting to throw Riley a strike. The only one he saw was a 3-0 pitch, almost an automatic.
2-0. Low and on the outside corner for a called strike. 1 run, 4 hits for the Yankees. 2 runs, 3 hits for the Tigers. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts for Rodon. As Dan mentioned, some control issues. He's been very good with his strike throwing in recent years, or he's keep the walk rate low. Fastball low, and it's now 3-1. Fastball velocity has been kind of right around 93 for Carlos Rodon. The 3-1, high and tight. Wow. Buzzed him up and in on 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Another walk for Riley Green. Those are the ones that make you nervous. You're waiting for the slider, and that's what he's talking about. If you're going to hang in there against the lefty, you got to be willing to wear it. And he got out of the way of that one, but that was high and tight.
Another one that Austin Wells could not catch in that same. And that one was even lower, just like the wild pitch earlier that scored McKinstry.
That brings us Spencer Torkelson. First pitch fastball away. This bat has come alive with a lot of good at-bats the last 3 days. Really important for him to put together the good at-bats in this 5 spot with Dylan Dingler bumped up to the number 2 spot. Torque takes a changeup away. He's got the good hitter's count, 2-0.
He's starting to spray it a little bit.
Yes. Even the line drive out, Dan, it's up the middle. His direction is very good, it seems like, right now, to the big part of the field.
Yep. He's still taking a shot if he gets a count like this.
2-0, low and in. And said out of the gate, Carlos Rodon, whose command has been good in recent years. Walk rate was 5 for 9 coming into this game. He just walked Riley Green on a 3-1. He's gone to 3-0 on Torque. Jahmai Jones waiting on deck. Rodon's over on the first base side of the rubber. Sets, holds a glove above the belt, the 3-0. Paints on the black away. Alex McKay, the home plate umpire, goes up with the right hand. Middle of the infield, Volpe and Chisholm in double play depth. Bellinger, Jones, Dominguez all play Torque to pull slightly. 3-1, swing and a foul. Pitcher's pitch away, but it would have been a strike. 3-2.
Yeah, it didn't look like Torque pulled off of that at all. You know, that's that swing where that barrel is staying through the strike zone a long time. And he puts a good swing on that pitch that's on that outside corner.
3-2. Swinging a line drive foul. Into the netting down the left field line. Slider was coming into him, and he hooked it into the netting. A couple of good cuts. Had a fastball and now a slider. Clouds continue to block the sun, so shadows are not an issue. By the time the sun reappears, it might be off the playing field. The 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. Couldn't stay disciplined. Torque's been so good not chasing this year, and he chased what would have been ball 4.
Yep, that's one of those ones where you're just maybe a little anxious. You saw that grimace on his face right through when he swung through it like, oh, man, I just gave that one away.
Brings up Jahmai Jones. First pitch to Jahmai, swing and a miss. At least he attacked the first pitch fastball. I mean, he's gotten kind of so in between, seeing so much off speed on that first pitch.
Yes.
He's let some first pitch fastballs go. Soft ground ball back to the mound, fielded by Rodon. His only play is to first. Wheels, fires to get Jahmai Jones by a full step. Putout goes 1-3 for the second out. Riley Green goes down to second base. That'll leave it up to Hyu Lee.
That's still a good play for a left-handed pitcher.
Very smooth.
Yeah, to come in and then having to spin all the way around 360 and make sure that you throw it on the inside part of the bag so you don't throw it into the runner, and Rodon did just that.
Hyu Lee swings and lines it into left field, the base hit. Bellinger's got a big arm. Riley Green rounding third, heading home. The throw to the plate, up the line. They got him. Riley Green head first slide. Wells, though, had plenty of time to reach to his right, reach back to his left. Line drive single for Lee, but Riley Green cannot score. Bellinger fielded that ball pretty shallow. We head to the 5th inning. Tigers with a 2-1 lead after 4 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
At the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, we live by the golden rule. Treat everyone who calls.
And he drills this ball. Goodbye. Bang to begin this series.
Leadoff home run number 30 in the career of Shohei Ohtani.
Jake Bennett, Rocky Mountain High. He is rolling along. Career high 9 strikeouts over 6 innings.
8 consecutive hits over 2 innings, and finally touched the dish 3 times to walk it off.
8 shutout innings. 9 strikeouts for Kyle Bradish. One of the best starts of Kyle Bradish's baseball life.
Brandon Woodruff coming back to the mound. 6 innings, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts, no walks. I mean, this was vintage Brandon Woodruff.
It looks like this guy's not scared of anybody. And he pitches like that. It's true.
Burley's had a good day. 2 hits for him. Swing and a drive. Ball to right. Burley admires that one. She is long gone. Is it too early to say, holy cow?
I think it is right on time. The Cardinals strike again. Tucson with 2 strikes.
That ball was absolutely destroyed.
What a 6th inning. Goosebump moment here at the ballpark for everybody.
The 5th inning is brought to you by Tiger Law. All they do is win. Tigers have a runner thrown out at the plate. Game stays 2-1. Casey Mize has given up 4 hits, 1 double, 3 singles. Gave up a run last inning. First pitch fastball challenged.
Pitch is called the ball. The catcher is challenging.
Very close. We'll see. It's still in Dingler, and he got the call.
Ball's overturned. Detroit has 2 challenges remaining.
Little different style there. Just caught it with the glove and went to the glove tap.
Yeah, the glove tap. He's very versatile. Anthony Volpe at the plate. Rice Dominguez to follow. Swing and a miss, splitter. The pitch that he really concentrated all spring on throwing more to righties this year. He felt that he just had to give them a different look, the 0-2 in the dirt away, that everything from him to a righty couldn't be away, away, away. And so far, that splitter still throws him more to lefties, but he's hit almost 1 out of every 5 pitches against righties. Swinging a soft line drive into right field. The base hit, sinker down. Beerling will field it in right center. Anthony Volpe's putting up some decent numbers in limited at-bats this year. He's 2 for 2 against Casey Mize, 2 singles.
You know, and I know that one's going to make Casey Mize mad there, too, because he threw a really good sinker on the hands that Dylan challenged and got that call, then paired it perfectly with another split to go 0-2. Tried to get that sinker back in on the hands, didn't quite get it, and Volpe shot it into right. I know he's going to say, I got to miss off the plate.
Volpe stole a base off of Mize, really, his last time up. First pitch, backdoor slider to Ben Rice, strike 1. This backdoor slider has been a weapon. He's had Rice off balance tonight. Dangerous, dangerous hitter. Without Aaron Judge, this is the guy the teams are circling right now. The strike 1, swinging a foul out of play. He's done a very good job, Dan, when he goes out there with the slider to pair it with a fastball in the same spot.
He's done
very effective.
Did a nice job with all of his pitches the entire game of sequencing and tunneling off of each and every pitch. And, yeah, you're going to make a mistake every now and then.
The 0-2 splitter. after the slider fastball combination, again away. Ben Rice hitting 300 with big power numbers, a home run every 10 at-bats. That's an 180 at-bats against righties this year. But you better believe he's missing Aaron Judge. Teams now just circle this guy. I'm sure they were with Judge, but now they can especially concentrate on getting Ben Rice out. Big, strong lefty, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a splitter.
See, I just think there again, Dan, you're away, and now you get something on the inside part of the plate. I'm sure Ben Rice's eyes lit up thinking, oh, here's my shot to pull something into the seats. And it was that split finger, and the bottom just fell right out of it. Just tantalized him just for that split second. Got him to swing and miss.
Jason Dominguez at the plate. Fastball up and away. Fastball velocity up a full mile an hour in this game for Casey Mize compared to where he was coming in. A little over 94.5 miles an hour. 93.3 was his average fastball in all of his starts this year. Flip over to first. That's close.
Yeah.
Volpe back with a head first slide. Good strong throw and a quick move. A.J. Hinch has his hand out to say, wait, we might want to challenge. Nope, they will not. McKinstry right up the middle against the lefty, Jason Dominguez. He's doubled to the wall in right field. Ended up stranded at third. That was in the first inning. Then he struck out on a splitter last time up on a 1-2 pitch. Upright stance, and he's slightly flexed. There goes Volpe. Pitches a strike, third on the second base, and they got him. Oh, man! Dylan Dingler with a perfect strike to McKinstry. All he had to do was wait for the ball.
Dan, I mean, that's exactly what that was going to take because, again, he had a nice jump.
Wow.
And Casey Mize took his time getting rid of that ball, and it was thrown right on the foot of where Volpe was sliding into second. That is just absolute perfection.
The 0-2 to Dominguez, swinging the ground ball softly foul right by first base. Dan, you talk about it all the time because you watch Dylan Dingler make every throw at the end of every inning when the pitcher's had his warm-up tosses. He doesn't mess around. He is practicing just that.
It's just so he doesn't have to do something different. He's practiced it, comes up and does it in the game.
Backdoor slider just away, 1-2. And credit to Zach McKinstry, man. He didn't go out and get that ball.
Right.
He just left that glove right over the base and caught it with the foot hitting his glove the minute he caught it. Ground ball to second, gathered up by Hao-Yu Lee. Easy toss to Torkelson at first. Dominguez grounds out. A very good defensive inning for the Tigers with the throw from Dylan Dingler and to Zach McKinstry to cut down Volpe.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Always the big question is how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field. Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
You know you need to get 5 innings in. Watch how quickly Blue Jays hitters swing.
Here's Griffin. There's one swing to be very quickly followed by another. You said they'd swing at almost everything. Well, that is one of the strangest strikeouts you will ever see.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Summer vacation at GrandTraverseResort.com.
official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
For every Tigers home run, Ashley, the official furniture and mattress provider of the Detroit Tigers, donates up to $500 to nonprofits supporting Michigan kids. Go Tigers!
Zach McKinstry leads off for the Tigers. First pitch, swing and a miss. Line drive single to center. First time up. 8-9-1 hitters, McKinstry, Ben Mulgeri. Each with a single against Rodon first time up. Fastball low and away. First pitch strikes, total strikes. And a little bit uneven for Carlos Rodon tonight. 9 for 17 first pitch strikes, that's low. 1-1 away. Never been a big first pitch strike guy. His big improvement to lower his walk rate is just better overall total strike throwing. And even with some wildness last inning, 65 pitches, 39 strikes. The 2-1. Swinging a foul out of play. Fastball away. Impressive at-bats by the lefties tonight. Riley Green a couple of walks. McGonigal line drive out. Zach McKinstry, these are the only three lefties. Line drive single. The 2-2. Ground ball softly to second. Jazz Chisholm will wait for the knee-high bounce and easy flip to first base to Goldschmidt. 1 up, 1 down, 5th inning. Let's pause right now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Pitch count for Rodon at 67. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Ben Mulgeri at the plate. First pitch change up middle, strike one. First pitch he saw in the major leagues was a fastball away, and he drilled it into right field for a base hit.
I'm not throwing that again.
Batting 1,000. The strike one. Curveball up. Wells liked it. It was called the ball. Points the glove out. Mulgeri's deep in that right-handed batter's box. Upright stance. He holds the hands low to start his stance. And then he gets into that hitting stance, cocks it over the right shoulder, change up down and in, almost hit him. I was talking with him today. You know, the numbers have really jumped the last 2 years for him. The production has jumped. Higher batting average, higher on base, more power. And he said it was just a concerted effort working with coaches before 2025 to just be more relaxed in the batter's box. Swinging a pop-up. Right side, Jazz Chisholm will make the catch just to the right of second base on the infield dirt. He said, I just really concentrated on being athletic in the batter's box. And it reminded me what Tarek Skubal talked about. He told us a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I just want to be athletic on the mound. He's not worried about repeatable mechanics or anything like that. He said, I just want to be an athlete on the mound. So I thought it was interesting that Ben Mulgeri said, I just want to remind myself, be athletic in the batter's box. And he said, that's the biggest single thing. Strike on the inside corner. Obviously, he's made changes. He's hitting more types of pitches. He's using all fields. But I just thought that was interesting. That's what he went back to as to the big change and improvement for him. The strike one to McGonigal, swinging a tap foul. The mental side of this game is so big.
But you can see just the way he just stands in there, just with that almost a Colt Keith approach with the hands kind of bobbing and just nice and relaxed in there, just not all tensed up and that squeezing the bat real tight.
McGonigal behind 0-2 in the pitch in the dirt. Strikeout update brought to you by Carblist, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. 3 strikeouts for Carlos Rodon. Casey Mize with 5 in his 5 innings of work. Casey's pitch count at 75. Rodon, next pitch will be number 74, number 75 for Carlos Rodon as well. Very compact motion, the 1-2, swing and a miss. He got him with a changeup.
Good pitch.
That's his go-to. Kevin McGonigal's 0 for 3. A line out, pop out, now a strikeout against Carlos Rodon. We head to the 6th.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Bonds would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Tiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. All we do is win.
All we do is win. Better access means better care. McLaren provides the care you need when you need it. Stay in the game with quality care at McLaren.org.
Trying to start something with 2 outs here in the 9th.
And he's seen it all, too. He's seen the fastball. He's fouled off the curveball. He's seen the split finger. Fouled it off, too.
Bednar walks lefties at a pretty high clip. Another 2-2 on the way. Swinging a pop fly. That will end it. Bellinger will call off Jones and make the catch. A 1-2-3 ninth for Bednar. And the Yankees even up the series at a game apiece. The 3-run 6th inning is the difference in the game. Our final score, the New York Yankees 4 and the Detroit Tigers 3.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success